Pisces, this is Tara from Tara's Tarot. I'm here with your April 2019 reading. I'm going to go through all the cards. You see them and their placements first, and then we're going to get going and tie it all together. Very interesting reading for you guys this month. Starting it off, we've got the Lovers. So this month, we're talking about love. We're talking about relationship. We're talking about important choices you need to make. We're talking about getting in touch with our value system, about what we want, who we are, what we're choosing, what actions we're taking. Big, 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 big. Okay, crossing that, we've got the Three of Wands. Hanging overhead, we've got the Nine of Cups. I mean, exciting. Okay, under the reading, the Seven of Pentacles. Recent past, King of Swords. Near future, got the Three of Swords. Representing you, we've got the Six of Cups. The environment, we've got the Moon. So something might not be exactly as it appears. I'm kind of thinking before we jump in, the Three of Swords, things aren't as bad as they seem, or things might look disappointing, but actually it's just the Moon energy that's kind of making things seem out of sorts. So we'll look at that. Your hopes and fears, the Death card. And we'll save the outcome. But under the deck, we've got the Ace of Cups. So definitely something cooking here. Something is happening. This is a big, big thing going on. So what it's looking like to me right off the bat, it's looking like, something's your ships are coming in some way. So something's generating a return, something's growing in energy, something's sustaining itself. So I'm feeling like this connection between the lovers. Now, whenever the lover shows up, it doesn't have to mean romantic love. Usually it does. Usually it means you're falling in love, whether that's a painful soulmate relationship, whether that's the person you're going to be with forever, whether that's an unrequited love situation, you're falling in love. You're feeling this connection. It's tugging at your heartstrings and touching the core of who you are and bringing with it all these important questions about what you believe, what you value, who you really are deep down, what choices you want to make. Heavy stuff. So that with the Three of Cups, it looks like there's some kind of excitement around a connection, around love, around a choice. You're starting to see the signs. You're starting to see the return. You're starting to see the ship come in. So there's probably some kind of really exciting development around love for you this month. Now, hanging overhead. So what's apparent on the surface level, where your mind is focused, we've got the Nine of Cups. So this is like getting your wish come true. So you probably did get some really good news or are experiencing really a lot of joy and pleasure around this lover's connection. So, oh, okay, wow, here they are. Finally, it's happened, and oh my gosh, I'm getting my wish. Ah! Okay, whoa. All right. Now, underneath the deck, this is like what is, behind the scenes. What's the subconscious? Where is all this energy stemming from? What's driving the ship? What is behind all this? Seven of Pentacles. So this is when something you've been contemplating, working for, intending, manifesting, it's finally grown. The seeds have finally sprouted. So I do feel like this relationship or this connection or whatever position you're meant to be in right now has come to fruition. So you finally have that satisfaction of it's here, I can see it, I can touch it, I can taste it. But this Seven of Pentacles also has a meaning attached to it of, okay, now what? Now what? It's kind of like with that lover's energy. Okay, yeah, I'm in love with you, but now what? Am I comfortable just being in a casual relationship? Am I comfortable knowing that you're in a relationship you're unhappy with, but I know you love me and I love you? Do I want to commit to you, this great relationship? And, do I want to make that next move? It's all about that contemplating, okay, where do we go from here? So that might have something to do with this. And before I go on, you're coming up as the Six of Cups. So This is when we're kind of feeling that true connection with a soulmate, or we're really feeling in tune and in touch with our own pure childlike energy, who we really are, what we really believe, being our true self, being free. This is a very pure, trustworthy, blissful energy, very innocent. So you probably have met a soulmate. You're probably dealing with a connection from a past life, feeling really great from being on a high from this situation that's come into your life and that has, developed to this point. And, we see that on the bottom of the deck too. The Ace of Cups is here. So there is this whole opportunity for love. There is this whole opportunity for healing, for joy. And we can't just look at this in terms of the other person. We can't just be like, oh my God, you're my ticket to happiness. This can also be just about you. Through this relationship, through this opportunity that is being presented by this, there is this opening of the heart. There is this overjoyed energy, this healing. So, you should be feeling very fulfilled right now. I mean, this is pretty, hello, enjoy it. This is great, And sometimes, yeah, we actually get what we want. Sometimes we actually deserve to be happy. We actually can. So now with that said, it's really interesting because we've got another kind of energetic thread here that's telling us a different side of the story. Not to contradict anything that's just happened, but there's more going on. So we've got in the near future, the heartbreak card. Okay, we've got the Three of Swords. So maybe, maybe you met someone that you finally hit it off with. You finally fell in love. You finally have this great connection and they go, oh, I don't believe in marriage. And you're like, or, oh, by the way, I have a wife I've been living with for 10 years. And you're like, what? Or maybe you really do love each other and it's like, oh, I have to move out of the country in a week. I don't know. But whatever it is, it doesn't even have to be something bad or negative. It's just something that feels disappointing and painful in the moment. So whether it's you had an expectation that wasn't met, it's weird. It's shocking because I'm like, how is this so, everything's kind of here, but then moving into the near future, there's some kind of a disappointment. Now, what's also shedding light on that is in the environment, we've got the moon. So the moon is really interesting because the moon energy is where, everything's cloaked in darkness, okay? All the weird things come out of the woodwork, the wolves are howling, the weird animals that are asleep during the day all come out. You can't see anything. You can't tell if something's a shadow or if something's a threat or if it's like scary. You feel lost. You might not even know why. The moon just makes everything like crazy. The full moon energy, it heightens everything. It makes everything seem exaggerated. And often things don't really appear how they actually are. So with the moon energy, it can make things seem a lot worse than they are. It can make things seem a lot scarier than they are. It can make things confused where you're like not really getting the full picture and you're confusing yourself and you're judging it one way, but it's really not. So that could be coloring and influencing this disappointment that you may feel in the near future. Not because, it could be that, okay, there's something that's actually disappointing, sure. Or it could be that you might not be seeing things clearly and you might be feeling disappointed, but you don't really have the whole picture, okay? Now, your hopes and fear is the Death card. So you might be fearing that, oh, this is over. This is a dead end. This isn't going to work. Or you might be hoping for a transformation. Let's get to the next stage. Let's get to the next level. Let's decide what we're doing. So there's some kind of heavy emotional kind of a thing going on here too, which makes sense because whenever we are, going on this lover's journey, it's like falling in love is so exciting and amazing, but then at the same time, it's kind of scary, right? Because we're putting ourselves out there. We don't know what's going to happen. We can be heartbroken. So it's a double-edged sword. But, don't worry about the fact that the death is coming up in the hopes and fears is reassuring because it's just a fear. This isn't showing up in your near future. This isn't showing up in your outcome. You're worried about this permanent ending, but you don't really have to be. All right, before we get to the outcome, I want to look at this moon energy and this Three of Swords. So I'm going to shuffle for the moon first. I'll put this on top so I can shuffle. Okay, so the moon energy. All right, so let's clarify the moon. All right, what information can you give us about the moon that will help Pisces understand what's going on? Please clarify the moon for us. What is this about? How is this impacting their life? How is this impacting the situation? Why? What is the purpose of the moon being here? Okay, we got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, let me get one more. I was going to say I got distracted because I as I was asking that, a thought popped into my head. Like, the moon oftentimes comes up because it's bringing things up from our subconscious that need to be brought up. If things are in our subconscious and we haven't looked at them, they control us more than we like to admit. I think the subconscious is responsible for like 98% of our behaviors. We don't know, and we're behaving certain ways we don't even know why. So the good thing about that is it's bringing things up to the surface to be released. So we're not reacting to them and not even knowing we're reacting to them. So, for example, if you have a fear about commitment or something, or a fear about getting abandoned or being hurt, having this emotional disappointment, having this experience of an emotional disappointment is kind of a way of, having this energy come to the surface and having it be looked at, having it be dealt with, getting through it, and to be ready to overcome that, to never be, threatened by that again, or have that hold power over you again. All right, so let's see. Let me tune into this, the moon. All right, definitely something about Pentacles. All right. What is this telling us? Well, the Eight of Pentacles is about doing the work to further your goal, doing your studies, doing your hustle, just working, putting your head down and working. The Knight of Pentacles is about slowly achieving a goal, slowly making headway, carefully, cautiously, responsibly, moving forward step by step, albeit it's a slower development, but it's on firm ground. So that's a good thing. So this is about the moon energy. It's about a goal. It's about working towards something, which could be clearing that energy out, overcoming fears related to this connection. Maybe it's that you don't know where things are going. You don't know. You're putting all this effort and work in, you're investing, but it's like, I don't see the way ahead, and that's a scary feeling. Or it could be, even though things appear to be all crazy and intense and out of sorts and emotional, you're actually really making progress in a practical way. But it just appears like, what is going on? Like, you don't really get a full grasp on the truth here. Typical moon, everything's dark, you can't really see. But this is positive, practically making steps, making progress, making improvement. All right, what is this Three of Swords? Why is this here? Because everything is so in alignment. Bam, you're the lucky winner, and then it's like, why is there this disappointment then in the near future? Swords can come up as like, oh, we had a little disagreement. Or the Three of Swords can manifest like a piercing pain. So it doesn't have to be, but it could just be like a little, okay, well, we had a little argument, or we disagreed on this, or we have different views, and oh, that's a little disappointing, but all right, so the Three of Swords, what is going on? What can you tell us about this Three of Swords? Why is this here? Please help us fill in the blanks. Three of Swords. The Queen of Cups, emotion. I feel like this is just about bringing up emotional fears or Let me get one more. Okay, we've got the Seven of Wands. So this might be about you needing to be true to yourself, which, the Lovers, that's what it's all about. Who are you? Who are you deciding to be? What choices are you making? What are you made of? What really, who are you? And in the near future, clarifying that Three of Swords, we've got the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So like defending your emotions, protecting your stance on things, standing by how you feel, committing to your, owning your feelings. That's kind of how I feel. The Seven of Wands can be like other people are trying, or other circumstances are trying to kind of knock you off. You have some oppositional energy coming in. This could be someone trying to get in the way, someone trying to take something from you, or just people who aren't believing or are disbelievers or negative Nancy's or naysayers or circumstantial things and you're having to go, no, this is how I feel. This is what I believe. No. So maybe the disappointment isn't about this person, this connection, but maybe it's about other people in your life that are kind of like not on board with it. Or maybe there's a circumstance, like I said, about living in different countries or finding out something where you're like, okay, that isn't going to work. Like that's disappointing, but I'm standing by how I feel. Like I can't, this is what's going on. I mean, I really feel like this is so strong and so supportive of this connection and relationship. And we don't really know where this is going to go because relationships are in our lives for all different reasons. And even when we have a true love, sometimes that's only meant to be in our lives for a short time, but it's so worth it. And it's just part of our journey into getting to know ourselves better and being able to hold more joy, being able to hold more and process more experience. And, so yeah, okay, so that's interesting. You'll have to see how that kind of applies to you. Now for the outcome, so you've got this kind of Pentacles theme. We've got underneath the deck, okay, something you've been working on is coming to fruition and now you're like, what next? And then we've got on top of this moon energy, kind of working towards a goal. Okay, so then by the time we get to the outcome, we have got the Nine of Pentacles. Good news. So you have been able to achieve something you've been working for. So this is when we're kind of like in that moment, when you're kind of like sitting in your house or you're sitting in your garden or you're at your new desk job or whatever, and you're kind of like, I did it. That's right. I've got a lot going for me. I'm appreciating my house that I did all on my own, my relationship, all my accomplishments. Good job. It's like when we're feeling really, our needs are met. We're taking pleasure in what we have. We're, independent. We don't really need anything else outside of ourselves. It's like we're in our own domain and we're proud and we're enjoying what we have amassed. Okay, so that's a really good sign. Then we've got the King of Pentacles here. So this could be a mentor, a boss. This could be a partner. This could be a love interest. This could be you mastering that, project or career or, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest and whatever it is that you have been bringing into the physical, this is the mastery of that. You're in control. You know how this works. You have power. Or it's somebody else that, is coming in and helping guide you or helping you out or working with you or, so that's really good energy. I mean, do you notice how that has kind of grown from, okay, what next? I'm working and developing. And then, yeah, it looks like you get what you're trying to work for and develop. Now, what are you trying to develop? So also in the outcome, we've got the 7 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. So you figure out where you want to go. You figure out what direction to go in. So again, driving this whole reading, what's underneath the surface? What's the subconscious impulse? The 7 of Pentacles. So I've grown something, I've brought something to fruition, and now what is the next step? Where do I go from here? What do I do with it? What next? So by the outcome, you probably realize what you want, where you want to go, and to go for it. 7 of Cups is contemplating what you desire. What are your options? What are you going to invest in emotionally? What is it that you are praying for? What is it? Figuring out what we want is like half the battle. It is really not that easy to be like, I know exactly what I want. So this is about that contemplation. What do I want? What are my options? And the 2 of Wands is when we actually see the path that we want to follow. We have an intention and we've made up our mind about where we want to go with this. What road we want to travel, what direction we want to go in, what we want to create. Where is our will? It's finally focused on something. So by the end, you figure out where you're going, you move forward, and you're really sitting pretty in terms of your resources, in terms of what you've been able to establish in the physical world. That's looking amazing. So I would say, that if you are feeling very emotional, if you're feeling out of sorts, if you're feeling vulnerable, if you're feeling a little scared, blame it on the damn moon, okay? The moon energy's here. It makes things so weird. I mean, think of the whole Teen Wolf, the werewolves come out in the moonlight when the full moon, the werewolves. Things go crazy. Things are weird. So it's just the moon. Things are not as bad as they look, or things are not as dramatic as they may be appearing to you. So, breathe, allow this to unfold, allow this to bring up what it's meant to bring up. Things are still moving forward. Things are still on track. And enjoy this, really sit in your truth, really, declare who you are, what you want, who you love, embrace that. And whatever this, temporary disappointment or conflict is in the near future, it doesn't look like it causes any long-term harm or anything. This may be just, one of the many, many kind of bumps in the road that come up in life. Whatever, you get through it. It looks like you're still kind of staking your claim and still owning and standing by what you really want and how you really feel. And that's the whole purpose of the Lover's card. So, that's really exciting. If this resonated with you, please let me know. I'd love to hear, how the different ways this touches your life. And, if you want a personal reading, this is a very cursory general reading. Personal readings, we go in depth. We look at a lot of different things. It's very well-rounded. We get to the core of what's going on. So if you want to email me, Tara@Tara's and get a personal reading, you can do that. And I will see you next month. Wish you the best, and God bless.